Nice warm sausage roll with a bit of ketchup. Oof, can't beat it. Because what I've got here is 250 grams of butter. Now that's the size of a normal block of butter. So it's just one block of butter. Or if you get a big boy, then you can go for half of that. Okay, so this is a 500 gram butter block, so I've just halved it. So I've got 250. I've still got the same problem, I ain't got any scales yet. So I've got that in there with the same quantity of flour. Now what I'm going to do here is the first stage of making the rough puff pastry. What I'm going to do is I've got the chunks of butter, they're roughly at room temperature, these are a little bit colder. Make sure you've washed your hands first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to coat them in the flour. So what I'm going to add to this now is I'm going to add some cold water. I'm going to get about 150 millilitres, but I probably won't add all of that. It's just to bind the mix together. So here's my nice cold water, 150 ml. It's not frozen, obviously, it's still water. My mum always makes this with a knife for some reason. Same as her mum did, my grandma Mary. Both used a knife to bring this together. I'm just getting in there with my hands. But you don't want to overwork it, it's not bread. Yeah, we don't want to we don't want to work the gluten too much in this pastry because I want it to stay quite short and crumbly. Okay, so I've got some cling film here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it out onto this. Okay, like so. I just want to let this rest in the fridge before I start to roll it out. Okay, in the fridge about 20 minutes and then we're back. Like a good Cumberland sausage, which is my favourite sausage in England, has salt in it, obviously, but it has white pepper, it has nutmeg, it has mace, it has sage in it. White pepper gives it this really distinctive Cumberland sausage taste. It makes it, for me, when I taste Cumberland sausage, I taste white pepper. It's very different to black pepper. I don't know why. Anyways, I'm going to put some salt in. Now, I'd probably go for about half a tablespoon. I'm going to do it by eye. So, some salt. Okay, wait, I put too much in there. Bit of salt. Seasoning's important. I'm also going to put the nutmeg in. Okay, so again, I'm just going to do this by eye. You know, a nice bit of spice, maybe half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay, half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And then I'm going to do a bit more thyme. And the same with the cumin. Cumin's really strong, but it goes quite nice with pork. Okay, so a bit of that. And then I'm just going to mix it all together. Also, what you'd normally put in there is breadcrumbs as well, but I don't have breadcrumbs. So again, this is just a sort of whatever you've got in the house. Let's mix it together and make a nice little sausage meat. What I like to do is once I've mixed this together, because I've gone easy on the spices, I didn't put too much of them in. What you can do is you can make a little ball of this later and just fry it. And just taste it for seasoning. Okay, and if you think it can take a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper, I haven't put the pepper in yet, then you can just add more of the spices until you get the right sort of flavour, and you're trialling it on little pieces, little balls of meat, instead of using it for the full batch. The pork mix, the filling for the sausage roll, tasting great. So I've just left that in the fridge. Meanwhile, I've taken this out of the fridge, which is the pastry that we made earlier. Okay, so it's had about 20 minutes in the fridge to rest. What I'm going to do is I just want to flour the worktop, okay, so that it doesn't stick to it because it is quite buttery. Notice I don't have a rolling pin, so I'm using cling film. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this out in one direction. Okay, now you can see big chunks of butter here, and that's what you want. You want to see big chunks of butter because that's going to create the layers in my pastry later. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to fold this down into that point, so it's about leaving 2/3 down, so folded a third over. Okay, now then I'm going to fold this one back over. Okay, and we've got the nice fold there, okay, between the pastry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll this out once more. Okay, and again, it might not be perfect, but it doesn't matter at this stage, because the more times we do this, the more layers we create, and the neater it will get in terms of the rectangle. So you see here, we've got the bit that was folded before, now it looks a bit untidy, but I'm going to do the same fold over. So I'm folding a third over, and then the bottom third over, okay? And then I'm just going to, one more time, and then I'm going to let it rest in the fridge. Now I'm just going to roll it out a little bit gentler, okay? Because this is my last fold. So applying an even pressure along your rolling pin, or cling film in my case. And again, I'm looking for the length being about 3 times the width. And every time we're folding it, we're creating layers, which will hopefully give us a bit of a puff pastry effect later. Okay, so I'm just being very careful on this last fold. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the fridge one more time, let it rest for about 20 minutes again. So I've got my pastry out of the fridge, it's nice and chilled. Got my pork mince that's with the spices, and I've got a little bit of egg yolk mixed with cream. Okay, so I'm going to just roll this out. Now I'm going to be quite careful here with the roll. Now when you're rolling pastry out, you should only ever roll in the same direction. You should never do this. Turn it one more time. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in two. I'm going to just cut this pastry all the way down the middle. I'm going to do a massive sausage roll there and a massive sausage roll there. And then we've got 2 mega sausage rolls coming up for you. Okay. Get the mincemeat. This is the spice mix that we made before. And I'm just going to roll it as much as possible in sort of a sausage shape. Okay, and I'm just going to lay it down the middle of this. These are going to be some chunky sausage rolls. Oh, I think I've absolutely nailed the amount of sausage meat here. Look at that, perfect. Oh, I didn't even measure it. Look at that, the exact amount. Alright, so now we're going to roll these bad boys over. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a bit of this. This is the glaze, but I'm just going to use it to bind as well. So you can just use egg. Now let's see if this works. So I'm going to roll it over, and I'm just going to keep it nice and tight with the meat, and just do a gentle pinch along that edge. The other side until you get to the end, and again just tidy that up a little bit. I'm just going to fork along that edge. Okay, and then we're going to tidy this up, so we're just going to run the knife along this edge. Careful not to chop the table. Now, next step. We need to get these big boys on this tray. Obviously they don't fit, so I'm going to have to cut them. I'm going to cut them into half, so they'll have 4 rows. Get just roughly halfway, and then I'm going to lift these into the tray now. Look at that, perfect. You'd think I planned it, but I didn't. That's a heavy boy, that one, big boy. Okay, and the third, and the last one. Okay, so this is, this should keep 2 people going in sausage rolls for, you know, at least a couple of days. Which one is it? I'm going to go for slice before glaze. Slice before glaze. Okay. Now, if you've got a pastry brush, I'd recommend using a pastry brush, but I don't. So I'm just going to drizzle this glaze over the top of them. I'm just thinking now that I should have glazed before I cut the sliced, but you know, these things happen, doesn't matter. Okay, so the glaze, just again, it was just egg yolk mixed with a bit of cream. Okay, and the glaze is just there to make it give us a nice golden crust on the outside. Now into the oven. Let's say 20 minutes, half an hour, we'll see. Just until they go nice and golden and they look cooked, because these are some big boys, okay? These are going to take a little bit longer than normal. We'll get these in the oven and we'll see what they're like when they come out. So let's get a little look at this bad boy here. Okay. Nicely cooked. Now normally what you do obviously is let these cool down first. But a little bit at least. But that is looking good. Heinz ketchup. And look at that beautiful presentation. You need nothing more. This is going to burn, it's so hot. Oh yeah. That cumin's really coming through, a little bit too much I think, but it's actually quite good. I like it.